He was mocked for his stepovers, doubted for his flair, and underestimated by even his own teammates. But one rainy night in Manchester, everything changed. This is not just the story of a football match. It's the moment the world stopped questioning Cristiano Ronaldo and started fearing him. Stay with us, because what you're about to hear is how a legend forced the world to watch the game no one expected. It was cold, rainy, and miserable in Manchester. Not the kind of night you'd expect greatness to happen. But that's the thing with greatness, it doesn't wait for the perfect conditions. It arrives when no one's ready. And that night, Cristiano Ronaldo was done waiting. He was still the show pony to some. Flashy feet. Stepovers. Tricks. But no finish. No substance, at least that's what the critics said. Even some of his teammates didn't fully buy in yet. Behind closed doors, there were whispers. Too soft. Too selfish. And when the starting 11 was announced that day, a few eyebrows raised. Ronaldo starting on the right wing. Again. It was a league match. Not a final. Not a derby. Just another routine game. The kind where players go through the motions. But for Cristiano, there was no such thing as routine. Not anymore. From the first whistle, he moved differently. Not just fast, but sharp. Aggressive. He wasn't trying to impress anymore. He was trying to dominate. In the 12th minute, he took on 2 defenders, easily. In the 18th, he nutmegged a midfielder so clean the crowd gasped. But it wasn't just flair. This time, he was delivering. 1 assist. 1 goal. And he wasn't done. By halftime, he had turned the pitch into his personal stage. The defenders couldn't keep up. His own teammates, Tevez, Rooney, started feeding him the ball more. Trust was forming in real time. Sir Alex, arms crossed on the sideline, wasn't smiling. But he was watching closely. Every touch, every sprint. He had seen potential before. But this was something different. In the second half, Ronaldo exploded. Another goal. Then another. A hat trick by the 70th minute. Old Trafford, which had once groaned at his over-dribbling, was now roaring every time he touched the ball. They weren't just cheering, they were witnessing. But it wasn't the goals that changed everything. It was the way he scored them. One was pure power. One was delicate finesse. The last? A solo run from midfield, dodging tackles like they were ghosts. After the third, he didn't celebrate wildly. He jogged back slowly, head high, a calm fire in his eyes. He wasn't surprised. He knew this day would come. He had trained for it, bled for it. Commentators changed their tone. This is no longer just a talent, one said. This is a nightmare for defenders. In the locker room after the match, no one spoke for a moment. Then applause. Real, honest applause from teammates who finally saw not just a prodigy, but a predator. Sir Alex walked in. Looked straight at Cristiano. No speech. Just a nod. And that nod meant everything. That game? It wasn't a final. It wasn't for a trophy. But it was the match where Cristiano Ronaldo stopped being questioned. And started being feared. When everyone took notice. The morning after the match, the headlines weren't just complimentary, they were stunned. Ronaldo evolves, from promise to problem solver, Manchester's sharpest weapon. For the first time since arriving at Old Trafford, Cristiano wasn't being compared to others. He was being measured against greatness. At training that week, the energy shifted. Teammates who once rolled their eyes now asked for his advice. Rio Ferdinand told a reporter, off the record, he's not just some flashy kid anymore. He's a problem, and not for us. Rooney slapped his back in the locker room, grinning, "About time, you madman." But it wasn't the locker room that changed most, it was Sir Alex. Suddenly, Ronaldo was at the center of the game plan. Drills revolved around his movements. Team talks emphasized space for him to run into. Ferguson didn't need to say much. His trust was clear. And Cristiano? He didn't relax. He doubled down. He stayed after training to shoot until sunset. Worked on his weaker foot, even though it already terrified defenders. Took ice baths before anyone else. Rested with intention. Every detail mattered. The next few matches felt like sequels to the game that changed everything. He scored in 3 straight games. One of them, a curling free kick from 30 yards out that left the goalkeeper frozen. The crowd started chanting his name before he even touched the ball. Commentators had a new favorite phrase, Ronaldo territory. But what really made people take notice wasn't the goals, it was the control. He wasn't chasing the game anymore. He was dictating it. Calling for the ball, directing plays, yelling when things didn't flow. Confidence had become command. One night, after a particularly dominant performance, a veteran coach from another team was caught saying, "He's not the future of United. He's the present. And the future of football." Media attention surged. Magazine covers. Talk shows. Kids outside training with his haircut, mimicking his moves. But Ronaldo wasn't swayed. Fame didn't slow him down. If anything, it added fuel. He told a teammate one night, "If they're watching now, good. Let them see what I'm about." He had been doubted, mocked, underestimated. But now, he was setting the pace for the entire league. And he was just getting started. The pressure that followed. Success has a price. And for Cristiano, it came fast. Expectations skyrocketed. Fans wanted brilliance every week. Media chased drama in every step. Teammates expected him to lead. Even the opponents doubled up on him. The freedom he once had was shrinking. He was no longer the surprise. He was the standard. And when he didn't score, or even if he just had a decent match, the whispers returned. Is he consistent enough? Was that just a phase? Ronaldo felt it. Not in fear, but in fuel. He pushed harder. His schedule became merciless. Wake up. Train. Extra drills. Recovery. Study tapes. Eat clean. Sleep early. Repeat. He started to isolate. Parties? Rare. Social life? Minimal. Football consumed everything. Some thought he was becoming obsessed. Maybe he was. But Cristiano knew the cost of greatness wasn't comfort, it was sacrifice. Then came the rough patch. A 4-game stretch without scoring. The headlines flipped fast. Ronaldo dips, pressure getting to him? He kept his head down. He trained harder. But even Sir Alex had to pull him aside. "You're not a machine," the manager said. "Let the game come to you." Ronaldo nodded. But deep down, he wasn't sure how to slow down. He only knew forward. In the 5th match of that stretch, something changed. United were trailing. The crowd was restless. In the 78th minute, Ronaldo stood over a free kick. 35 yards out. Too far, some thought. He took his stance. The camera zoomed in. The world watched. He struck it. The ball swerved like it was alive. Curved away from the wall, dipped past the keeper, and slammed into the net. The stadium exploded. That goal wasn't just a goal. It was a scream back at the pressure. A reminder, he wasn't going anywhere. After the match, reporters asked how he handled the pressure. "I don't fight pressure," he said. "I use it." That night, for the first time in weeks, he smiled wide. The pressure hadn't broken him. It had refined him. Cristiano was no longer just proving he belonged. He was proving he could carry it all. The match that changed Europe's mind. It wasn't the Champions League final. But it might as well have been. United were drawn against Roma in the quarterfinals. Italian sides were known for their defense, structured, suffocating, almost robotic. Ronaldo had never scored against an Italian team. Not yet. The first leg in Rome ended in a narrow defeat. Pundits wrote off United. Roma's too compact, they said. Cristiano disappears when it's tight. But those words didn't shake him. They woke something up. Back at Old Trafford for the second leg, the atmosphere was electric. Rain was falling sideways. The pitch was slick. The fans didn't sit down for a second. And from the warm-up, Ronaldo looked like a man possessed. He scored early. A blistering run from the right, cutting in, left foot strike. Then again, same side, different angle, right foot this time. 2 goals in under 20 minutes. Roma looked stunned. Their shape collapsed. Their confidence vanished. It wasn't just Ronaldo scoring. It was how he moved. Constantly drifting, dragging defenders out of place. Setting up Tevez, assisting Rooney. By halftime, United were 4 up. And Cristiano? He was the architect. At one point, he backheeled a pass between 2 defenders to Scholes, who volleyed it just wide. The crowd gasped. Even the opposing fans in the away section clapped. It was that kind of night. The final score? 7-1. Total destruction. But the scoreboard wasn't the real statement. It was what Europe saw. Ronaldo wasn't just a Premier League star. He was built for the world stage. That night, headlines across Spain, France, Italy screamed one word: unstoppable. Clubs like Real Madrid, who had been watching from afar, made quiet calls. Agents started whispering about clauses. But Cristiano? He was unmoved. Focused. Locked in. After the game, he told a reporter, "I didn't play for attention. I played for revenge." What kind of revenge? For everyone who ever said I couldn't do it when it mattered. It was the night when Ronaldo became more than a prodigy, more than a league sensation. He became global. And everyone, from rival coaches to sports directors, knew the football landscape had shifted. The cameras tried to follow him off the pitch. But Ronaldo didn't linger. He walked into the tunnel, soaked in rain, head held high. Because that match wasn't just a win. It was a warning. Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't just coming. He was already here. The day a legend was born. It was May 2008. Moscow. The Champions League final. Rain poured relentlessly, soaking the pitch, the players, the thousands packed into Luzhniki Stadium. And in the center of it all, Cristiano Ronaldo. He stood on the biggest stage in club football. The lights, the pressure, the stakes, it was everything he'd fought for. From the streets of Madeira to this moment. But legends aren't made from moments alone. They're made from how you face them. The game began tense. Chelsea was ruthless. Strong tackles, tight marking. Ronaldo got clipped more than once. But he stayed up. Stayed sharp. In the 26th minute, he drifted into the box, lost his marker, and rose like gravity had let go. Bang! A perfect header. Back post. Goalkeeper rooted. United took the lead. And Ronaldo ran, arms wide, face to the heavens. It wasn't just celebration. It was a release. But the game didn't stay easy. Chelsea equalized. The match tightened. Went to extra time. Then penalties. The shootout. Football's cruelest lottery. Cristiano stepped up third. He had practiced this exact shot 100 times. Low, right corner. But that night, maybe it was the rain, the weight, or the moment, he hesitated. He stuttered. hit it too softly. Saved. The world froze. Cristiano stood still, eyes locked on the ground. His heart thudded louder than the stadium. A miss in the Champions League final? This was every nightmare. But then, Terry slipped. And Giggs scored. And suddenly, it was down to one final kick. Anelka stepped up. Van der Sar dived. Saved. Manchester United were champions of Europe. Teammates rushed the pitch. Fans cried. But Ronaldo? He dropped to his knees. Tears streamed down, mixing with the rain. Relief. Redemption. Glory. Sir Alex found him, pulled him up, hugged him. "You're a champion now," he whispered. "No one can take that from you." That night in Moscow, everything changed. Not because Ronaldo scored. Not because he lifted the trophy. But because he failed, and still rose. The world had seen his brilliance before. But in that final, they saw something deeper. Resilience. Grit. Humanity. He boarded the team bus with a medal around his neck and a fire in his chest. He wasn't done. He was just becoming the man he promised himself he'd be. Cristiano Ronaldo, the boy from Madeira, had become a champion of Europe. And the legend had only just begun. From the muddy pitches of Madeira to the floodlights of Moscow, this was more than just a football journey. It was the rise of someone who never asked for permission to be great. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't wait for approval, he demanded it, earned it, and became undeniable. If this story moved you, inspired you, or made you see greatness in a new way, don't forget to subscribe to the Ronaldo Chronicles. We're just getting started.